Welcome to Business Reporter's Best of British Business campaign. The world is building like never before. In 2025, global construction output is expected to grow by 6.2% year on year to reach $15.6 trillion. We are increasing the built environment globally by the size of New York City every month. But there's a problem. Many projects suffer from fragmentation and poor communication between project developers, construction companies and suppliers, leading to huge project delays and an estimated productivity loss of $1.6 trillion every year. Today's guests suggest they have solved this massive productivity problem through technology. I'm talking to Yogesh Srivastava, a leading expert in engineering and construction, and Abhishek Srivastava, an accomplished data scientist specialized in financial markets. They are brothers who came together and founded Teknobuilt, a company that aims to dramatically improve productivity in the construction sector through its AI-powered project delivery platform, Pace OS. Good morning.
Good morning.
Why are big construction projects having so many problems? Why are they always late and why are they always over budget? What's going wrong?
Alistair, projects big or small, foundationally, if you look at them, they are set up as though we are stitching activities together. You do this, he'll do that. That's what was formalized almost 100 years ago. It's called the Gantt method, which is activity-based. Let me take an example where I was at a multi-billion-dollar project facility, and substation was one of the line items out of the 8,000 other active things that need to do. And now I'm running in the field with issues with crossings that wasn't in the design, and there were issues related to deliveries, etc. It was so difficult to find out whom should I call, the designer, which office was in Calgary or in Toronto, or whether it is an issue related to the activities that are not included, who was the project controls person. It becomes so difficult while I am burning money with man, material, and machinery already mobilized at site. And when this happens repeatedly, we lose the game. It goes over budget and beyond schedule. And this adds up. Ultimately, big projects fail with all these little things, which were put in as activities, but compounded with thousands of drawings, millions of commodities that are arriving. It is very hard to orchestrate that when it comes to execution. Most projects fail, not in the planning and design, but a graveyard is there in execution.
So you say this all adds up. Well, give me an example. How much does it add up to?
It is surprisingly glaring that the productivity loss in this industry is 40%. It's similar to the example Yogesh is saying. The studies have been done on Crossrail, independent studies. There were contractors not working with the latest design. They built something and they had to rework and redo it again. There was one substation in one of these important stations that was done 3 times. That's the problem with the information flow not going through projects in a timely manner. And this adds up to more than £3 billion in a large project like that.
You talked about construction companies using software, so they are already digitized in one way or another. So what's going wrong? Why is the data still not getting through in the right flow?
Alistair, the problem is not about a digital solution there or the data. Data is there in plenty, and softwares are also there. What is missing in this is the organizing and governing authority. What is the right version? And also the decision-making capability and the action that needs to be put in place when things are not happening as per what it should be.
Yeah, because most of the software in this industry is organized by the functional teams that they operate in. And these teams operate in silos. There is no common platform that can unify all this information and also connect it to the workflows they are performing.
So what is PaceOS and how does it resolve this problem? I mean, are you essentially integrators?
No, we are not integrators. We are not digitizing an old paradigm. In fact, we are reinventing the whole thing as blocks. Imagine the 8,000 activities that are supposed to be done, condensed into 172 blocks. Let's take the block for the substation as an example, where all the activities related to that block, all the drawings, all the quantities, all the check sheets for quality, data as we are even generating has an address where it goes to that substation block, so that the designers, the people who are buying things, people who are out there to build it, and a person like me knows everything is in this block and I can do execution without any mistakes, rework, or any interruptions. I know whom to call if there is any problem or anything else. Things go 100% right first time. That's what we do with PaceOS.
And this enables a totally new way of working for the project managers and leaders. Today, to figure out the top 5 things that need to be done on a priority basis, a project manager has to go to at least a dozen meetings to figure out the real status of what's happening on site and execution. With PaceOS, they get this real-time live, and not just what they have to do today. What is the risk developing 12 weeks ahead, 1 month ahead, 2 months ahead? So we go from a totally firefighting-based paradigm to a proactive management of working in these projects.
So in broad terms, how does PaceOS actually work? How does it break down those silos that you were referring to?
Of course, the paradigm is new of this block-based architecture, but it's delivered seamlessly through a 3-layer architecture on the platform. One is it connects to the existing siloed systems, and whatever you throw at it, manual data, paper from the field to spreadsheets, it takes it and contextualizes in the connection layer. Then it optimizes it, where it orchestrates design, drawings, field all together. That's the orchestration layer. And on top of it is the intelligence layer, where it is now able to predict of what's happening in the process and give intelligence to all the stakeholders in real time.
You talked about layers of intelligence. So are you using AI, and what can your clients do that they wouldn't otherwise be able to do?
Let me give you an example. In an 8,000-line activity program for building a data center, $200 million for one of our major clients, the planner, an expert planner, takes 14 days to optimize the mechanical and electrical sequences. And the AI on our platform does it in 1 day. And it's more than 95% accurate, so the planner can just go and verify and submit it, making it way faster. Another example is for a Fortune 50 company that's using our platform for safety on its major industrial construction, where at peak there are more than 5,000 workers. Now, proactive safety is very important for projects, and what they have embedded is a safety observation program so that errors are identified early on so that they don't turn into big safety incidents. So PACE has uniquely enabled capturing field information from safety observation using machine learning, contextualizing what the workers are talking about, and giving intelligence to the project managers and safety managers the same day that about a safety observation that would become a high risk in real time. Normally, this would have taken 30 days for a traditional system, whereas AI is making them really more safer. A third example is really figuring out how much carbon content is in the building that we are building. Right now, we don't really know how much of the planet we are consuming while we are building all these facilities and infrastructure. So using this block architecture, it's the first time we have been able to understand the embodied carbon into the building that we are building by each block, where the AI is detecting, hey, these are the materials that are coming, these are the logistics, and it is going to various types of carbon databases, contextualizing it, analyzing it, and giving an assured carbon budget that, hey, this is 100 tons of carbon in this facility, and you could reduce it by this particular different scenarios. That's where the AI is making really powerful planning, management, and execution decisions for the stakeholders on PaceOS.
We all know that large construction projects are using multiple suppliers, multiple contractors. There's so many different people and organizations involved. So are you saying to your clients that all of their suppliers and contractors also need to use PaceOS as well?
It's not necessary. In fact, the contractors can continue using the tools and systems that they got, but we have enough flexibility in PaceOS as an operating system to connect to whatever they are using and pick up the information and get intelligence out of it. They can, in fact, be completely manual, and still with computer vision and other techniques that we have incorporated, we are able to get the information that's needed for decision making. So it's not necessary for them to be part of thou shall use PaceOS.
However, what we have seen is the contractors who do get onboarded see such productivity gains that they'd never look back. I'll give you an example of a top engineering company in Europe that's using our platform for a multi-billion-dollar project. They had planned for 70 site planners in their budget, but with using the platform, they were able to do it with 28 site planners only. So that's the amount of efficiency that people gain by using our platform.
How does Teknobuilt measure the impact of PaceOS?
The number one thing project developers need is predictability and assurance to build a reliable facility. From a predictability point of view, that this job which was supposed to get done in a certain amount of hours gets done within that. And that assurance that what has to be started has started on time, then most likely it will finish on time.
So a case study was done for a few of our energy customers using our platform for over $2 billion in scope, building civil, steel, piping, electrical, infrastructure. And it was found that they are 18.6% more productive than even estimate. 1,000 man-hour jobs finishing in 800. That almost never happens. It always goes to 1,200. And that's brought us to some of the world-leading project owners on the back of the study, where it was presented at the GasTech conference last year. Other customers are also experiencing close to 90% on-schedule delivery, and they are saving half of their risk contingency budgets. The risk cost can be as much as 20 to 30% of a project cost, and saving half of that means a lot to our clients. But we measure not just the impact to our customers, but also how Teknobuilt is performing for them. And for this, we offer them a 6-week live up and running to experience a project guarantee, or a 1-year free subscription, which has not happened yet, not has been called upon, but that's how much we understand our customers to make their life easier building projects.
We've talked a lot about changing paradigms, about using technology, streamlining. Out of everything we've talked about today, what would be the one thing you want your audience to remember?
The one thing I want people to remember is that we are resurrecting the digital master builder who could see the project from beginning to end, block by block, to build things in magnificent ways.
Yeah, and these dream projects, bring them to life on time, on budget, and in harmony with nature. That's the future we want to live in.
Yogesh, Abhishek from Teknobuilt, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Alistair.